6 races coming your way on Sky Channel and Sky Racing tonight. The first of them, the pacing heat, now down to 9 runners. Adam Hamilton, welcome to the coverage. You've been here the whole time and it's been pretty good so far.
Been a fantastic carnival so far, Sam, no doubt about it. And tonight, I know you and I have spoken about it extensively, but I think this could be the night of the carnival. I would never like to say anything can take the shine away from the finals, but the talent spread tonight, and we've got the Derby as a backup, so highlights galore.
Only a weak heat to start off with tonight, in my opinion, but, well, the Aussies, I think, can share the spoils here. Torpedo, could he win a heat? He almost did last week.
Looks that way for the Aussies, doesn't it? Torpedo's got the draw to most likely take the sit on Niobe, that's the way many punters see it. If not, he'll be 3 back on the inside. With that sort of run, he'll be a big factor, but it's time for Shaker Maker to stand up and be counted tonight. There's only 9 runners left in the race with the scratchings of Atoll Bomber and also Gracious Knight, and if Shaker Maker can't sit, sprint and go very close to winning, then he's out of final contention.
My on-top pick for the race is Torpedo. Adam, yours?
Going with Shaker Maker, partly the heart, but I think he's shown enough, driven more sensibly to win tonight.
Well, that's the boys reporting in.
Start, so that'll slow things down a little bit, and they'll get another chance to go round and probably line up again. You did right, Mick. There's going to be some speed in this race early with Niobium and I suppose Where Eagles Dare. 50 metres, 7th heat in the Thunder Down Under into Dominion Pacing qualifying series. They're almost at the start. They're off and racing. And Franco New Deal began okay. Is the speed going to come from Niobium? Yes, it is. And David Butt goes out quickly. The outside Torpedoes with it. Now Franco New Deal slots into 3rd, is joined by Shaker Maker. What a beautiful draft it got through. Followed by Yule Star 2 lengths away. Where Eagles Dare, then Eagles Together, Shalanu Storm and Holmes DG going to the back of them all. Down in the southern side of the track they run and past the 1600. Niobium by 2. Torpedo's not going to take him on. He's quite happy to sit behind, and Franco New Deal came away from the markers. So Niobium getting his own terms, just how he loves it. They were followed after those by Shaker Maker away from the markers, and Eagles Together gets up 3 on the inner. They were followed after Shaker Maker. Yule Star, here's Holmes DG coming forward around the outside of them. Back behind them were Eagles Dare and Shalanu Storm. 23.9 for the lead as they get to the winning post. Just on a lap to go, and Niobium getting a soft quarter here. He's controlling the race, but Holmes DG's going up to sit outside him. In the trail, Torpedo. Over the outside to Franco New Deal. Eagles Together back on the inside. Shaker Maker just boxing along at his own speed as they run to the back. The quarter was 33.2, so it's certainly a soft first quarter. After those runners, Shalanu Storm, Yule Star going forward 3 wide, and Where Eagles Dare to follow it. Into the back of the 900, beat a pole. Niobium now to be attacked, and here's a sprint from Yule Star, and Yule Star quickly goes up outside the leader Niobium. The pace is stacked on at the 800, followed by Holmes DG. Torpedo out 3 wide to Where Eagles Dare. 30.6 the second quarter, and they were followed after those runners down the back by Eagles Together. Shaker Maker in the centre, Franco New Deal, and at the back Shalanu Storm. The field boxed up over about 6 lengths as they travelled out of the back. 500 left, and Niobium, the front runner, controlling things by about a length at the moment. Is going to try to outsprint him. He's done it before. Sitting parked as Yule Star, followed in the trail. Torpedo's got the box seat as they come to the turn. Then We Eagles Dare and Holmes DG a little further out on the track. Then Shaker Maker's going to have to be able to sprint, and Eagles Together looking for a passing lane run, but Niobium has sprinted away from them. Niobium by 2 from Torpedo, and down the outside Where Eagles Dare and Holmes DG going to the line. Niobium is clung to his win. He's won it by a neck. Niobium from Torpedo, Holmes DG, Where Eagles Dare, Eagles Together. They were followed after those by Franco New Deal, then Yule Star, and behind those came Shalanu Storm and Shaker Maker. A bit of a disappointment, the Aussie representative, because he's ended up at the back with Shaker Maker with the other horse, which was Shalanu Storm at the tail.
All right, Niobium's won that one from Torpedo, who chased hard. It's a photo for 3rd. Holmes DG's up there with a few others. Let's go straight to Gunnedah. This time next week, we'll be getting ready for the grand final. That'll be a big night for the Trotters and the Pacers. First heat tonight goes to Niobium. The 2 favourites were Torpedo and Shaker Maker. Torpedo's run a very good race for 2nd, and as for Shaker Maker, he's finished with the tail enders. Quite disappointing. But a local, Niobium, takes the first one. We'll be back for the next heat The first heat of the Trotters is at 5:15 this afternoon. That's Eastern Australian Standard Time. And it features Castleton's Mission, Major Decision, and Gold and Gold. So that's the next one from Adding.
And the favourite is Castleton's Mission at 290. Golden Gold is not far off it though, and good support at 310. Martina H and Sundowner Bay both given good chances too. We take a break. We're back with more right after this on Sky. The Trotters, this is the fourth.
Racing, and Cordon Rouge began well from barrier 2, and Hutzpah broke up, and Golden Gold went up in the air. Here's Sundowner Bay turning it on wider out on the track, and Mike the Philippi crossed them. Also going out well, Mountain Spring tonight. Followed through by Call You Later, and over the outside Castleton's Mission's on the journey with them. Meniscus was next, Martina H, followed by Major Decision, Special Force, a gap to Castle Van, and a long gap to Golden Gold and Hutzpah. So crucial for Golden Gold and Hutzpah for that matter to score big points to get into the final. Into the back they run, and Sundowner Bay got to the markers in front by 3/4 of a length. Mountain Spring about to challenge and take it on. Castleton's Mission beautifully placed early, but will be left parked in a moment, followed by Cordon Rouge and the Blue Discs. Back on the inside, a length and a quarter away. Call You Later came away from the markers. Martina H a length back, followed by Meniscus. Major Decision, Special Force 2 lengths back. Castle Van's 4 lengths away. Golden Gold is 20 metres back and 3 or 4 lengths away to Hutzpah. Out of the back straight they run, and they're going along at a good speed, set by Mountain Spring. Castleton's Mission now left park. Michael House looks as though he wants to take over the running and control it though, and gets to the lead rather easily. So Castleton's Mission goes to the front. Handing up is Todd Mitchell to take cover. Next is Sundowner Bay, didn't want to be trapped away on the inside, came out to sit parked on the outside again. Martina H 3 back the markers, followed by Cordon Rouge. Call You Later. Major Decision going forward for Peter Jones. They were followed after those runners by Special Force, Meniscus and Castle Van, and the other two. Golden Gold had another gallop. They went through the lead in a quick 1:11.3, so they're moving along at good speed, but Castleton's Mission has been able to just slow them down a bit, but taking over Major Decision. Major Decision goes to the lead, 32.2 the quarter. Past the pavilion they run, and Meniscus has made inroads into the leaders as well. Sundowner Bay gets some cover, followed by Mountain Spring and Cordon Rouge. Martina H, Call You Later 2 lengths away, followed by Castle Van and Special Force, and the other two right out of contention. Into the back they run, 800 metres from home. Major Decision leads them down the back from Meniscus and Castle Van and Sundowner Bay. Mountain Spring and Cordon Rouge. Then Martina H and Call You Later is followed a length back on the inside of runners Castle Van and Special Force. Half completed the second quarter anyway, and 29.7. So there's been speed on throughout the race, and Major Decision sets the speed round the last turn. Major Decision by 3/4 of a length to a length from Meniscus the outside, and Castleton's Mission is just biding time on the inside. A big run coming around the outer from the back. Special Force, a pass to the Dominion champion, having a lick at them wide out on the track. Sundowner Bay struggling to hold its place. Then Mountain Spring, followed by Martina H and Sundowner Bay going backwards, but Major Decisions left them to it. Here's Special Force putting in a run down the outside, making great inroads into Major Decision. Major Decision, here comes Special Force. I'm an Dominion champion, he says, but he's up short, and Major Decision got there. Major Decision from Special Force. Martina H. Castle Van has finished fourth. They were followed home by Cordon Rouge. These are giant upsets all around the clock. Castleton's Mission was followed home by Sundowner Bay, Call You Later, Meniscus, and further back then they were followed by Mountain Spring, Hutzpah and Golden Gold. And the early sectional certainly took their toll on some of the favourites.
Staggering performance here from Major Decision and Special Force, and we are going very close to national record material here.
Yeah, it was a big performance. The outsider getting up, and disappointment's Golden Gold, who blew the start. Castleton's Mission out of play, but Major Decision has held off former champ Special Force at big odds. It's improved today, and Martina H has got into third spot. So 11, 9, 10 in the Trotters heat. Now, a dead heat at Kilcoy, take note, for third, 3, 1, and a dead heat 9 and 11. 3-1, dead heat. Decision won at Addington, the Trotters, 25-35-20 over Special Force and Martina H. $126 Quinella, $461 the exacta, and $4,416 the 11, 9 and 10 trifecta there. Greg O'Connor now interviews the winning driver Peter Jones of Major Decision.
Peter, the improvement from this horse last week, a good run for fourth, but tonight an even better effort.
Yeah, last week was not a bad run, Greg, without a hell of a lot of luck, and you know, this run tonight wasn't unexpected.
Unofficially, he's equalled the New Zealand record. Do you think there's enough improvement in him to take a moment and beat him next week?
Big ask. I've got the smallest job to do. I just got to say how great a job Fred's done with this horse. You know, he sort of resurrected him, and he really is going excellent.
All the very best for the final, Pete.
Cheers, Greg.
Okay, up shortly, of course, the coverage of the Inter-Dominion from Addington, brought to you by SEW Eurodrive. And double identity just in front of Baltic Eagle, Factor Non Verba. We are going to find out some truths right here and now as these paces are about to line up for a crucial heat. Let's go back to New Zealand for race 6.
Such a tough runner. I don't think the 8 barrier is going to at all worry him. He just was just immense last week, and that was over 2,600. And even though the 8 draw is not always a good draw from 1950, I think this horse is something special. And I think the 2 Aussie horses, Mon Denver Gold and Baltic Eagle, are the ones to beat in the final, that's for sure. But I've put him in the beat factor, and double identity, well, we'll look for big things for him tonight, just to hope that he can do something. He's not going to qualify for the final, of course, but just see if he can go away with them. So they're in behind the mobile barrier for this, the International Racehorse Transport Inter-Dominion 8th heat in the Pacers Series. Last chance for many of these to qualify for the final tonight as they get down to the 1950-metre starting point. And the green flashing light signals the beginning, and double identity made a good beginning. Factor Non Verba wide out on the track, trying to go with them. Shorty's Girl, and there's plenty of speed wide out from Pick Me Pocket. They were followed through and behind runners by OK Ulysses. Got to run up on the inside to be 3 back. Panky's Pacer, Baltic Eagles trapped out a bit wide though. Village Chief is back behind them, a gap to McCarty Galahad and Kerwin's Reward. Inside the 1600 metres goes Pick Me Pockets by 2. Double identity Shorty's Girl has galloped. Shorty's Girl's up in the air, drifting wide on the track. They were followed by Factor Non Verba. OK Ulysses got up on the inside of that to run to 3rd. Then Randy Andy was followed by Panky's Pacer. Baltic Eagles got cover on the back of Panky's Pacer, should cart him into the race. They were followed by Village Chief, McCarty Galahad, Kerwin's Reward, and Shorty's Girl settled down but about 10 metres behind them. At the winning post with a lap to go, the lead time was 23.1. Pick Me Pocket from Panky's Pace at the outside. Factor Non Verba nicely enough placed, 32.6 the half, or the quarter rather, and on their way round the turn into the back, here's Baltic Eagle and Kim Prentice taking off around them. Goes up 3 wide, is going to be outside the leader and is going to go to the front. So Baltic Eagle to the lead by about a length and a half from Pick Me Pockets, and double identity got away from the markers and zoomed up to be sitting outside his Australian counterpart. They were followed after those by OK Ulysses, Factor Non Verba, McCarty Galahad 4 wide round the outside, Kerwin's Reward, Randy Andy and Village Chief shunted back to the back of the field, and Shorty's Girl's out of commission. Inside the quarter and 29.8, but down to the 600 goes the leader, and at the moment Baltic Eagle from double identity, McCarty Galahad 3 wide, Pick Me Pockets in the trail, with them Factor Non Verba, OK Ulysses, Panky's Pacer and Randy Andy, Kerwin's Reward and Village Chief making a belated run from the back of the field. They've bunched up over about 6 lengths as they swing the quarter, 300 out. Baltic Eagle in front, double identity is right with it. Pick Me Pocket sweating on the passing lane run, will get it then. McCarty Galahad starting to struggle. OK Ulysses, Village Chief down the outer, Baltic Eagle in front, Pick Me Pockets, double identity just battling. OK Ulysses, Village Chief and Randy Andy late, but Baltic Eagle, he's a tough nut this fellow. Baltic Eagle got home to win it. Pick Me Pockets, OK Ulysses, double identity. Now photo for 5th between Village Chief or Factor Non Verba, Randy Andy. After those runners, they were followed across the line by McCarty Galahad, Kerwin's Reward, Panky's Pacer and Shorty's Girl just going past.
There's your grand final favourite, Baltic Eagle. That was a crushing win after some extremely unusual driving manoeuvres in the middle stages. Pick Me Pockets was going to hand up to any good horse who came near him, and yet Double Identity's driver Harry Martin and Robbie Holmes driving Factor Non Verba did not put any pressure on Pick Me Pockets, therefore handing the lead to Kim Prentice on Baltic Eagle, and that was absolute money for Jam. I'll tell you what, Adam Hamilton, 800 metres from home, this horse paying $4.40 was a $1.10 shot.
Yeah, there's no chance. One driver went out there with an aggressive approach to the race, and he won the race.
Justy, on what we've seen there, clearly inside second line barrier draw, we have the Inter-Dominion Grand Final favourite in Baltic Eagle.
Yeah, he's such a wonderful stage. As we said before, he's wonderful over the 2,600 metres. I tend to agree with you, Mick. Really, it's a wonder that they let him slide round and get there where he did, because they never put any pressure on him.
No, they didn't, and it was a very tough performance all the same. And of course, given a good draw in the final, he's the one to beat. There's no doubt about it. Baltic Eagle, he's going so well. 8-6-10 after the running of race 6 from Addington. Still the Derby to come. We have another heat of the for the Pacers, and also the Trotters too. So 3 more to come. The Derby, of course, being the next race for coverage in about half an hour from now. Now, Casino at the boxes, and Crescent Red for Alan Chauncey. It's into Geelong, Terang, and also Gloucester Park a little later, and much later on, of course, Mandurah. So Addington, we will show you 2 races too from Gawler tonight as well. Races 5 and 6. Now these runners in the Derby about to move up. Now Casino, it was Fitzroy Gossip, 13.20, 2.30. Oakey Gem and Lucas John, 9.90 Quinella, 18.90 Exacta, 71.10, 7.1 and 8 Trifecta. Now at Redcliffe, Main Road South, 7.40, 2.80 defeated Classy Gowan and Fearless Flyer, 39.60 Quinella, $370, the 6.32 Trifecta there. And at Albion Park, Draftman, 4.50, 2.40 over Florida Bale and Melora Lad, 10.30 Quinella and 112.60 the trifecta of 8, 4 and 7. Now Cranbourne is 5 off the 10. Curtain Drive, Light and Sound at Elsu now at 5.50. They are the 3 main ones here. The 1, 2 and the 3, or the 3, 1 and the 2. Let's go to New Zealand for the Derby.
Behind the mobile, the George Calvert Cleaning New Zealand Derby, a stunning field, Group 1 status, $100,000 worth. They're at the start. They're racing, and Light and Sound began well on the inside of Elsu. All-Star Blue Jean goes back, and Jackson Brown fires out in the middle and spurts to the lead. Crosses to the markers. Light and Sound trying to keep him out there and can't accelerate to stay with him. So it's Jackson Brown that reached the lead. Light and Sound, and Mark Purden comes out and goes round him again. All-Star Blue Jean just drops back a little bit. Elsu runs through to third, followed through by getting a nice run up on the inside, Napoleon, and so too Raptorial. All-Star Blue Jean the outside, and Rare Return the inner, followed by Rest Home Howard Bromack. Getting back a bit to Oscar Wilde, followed by Blair John, and going to the back is Miracle Man in the Derby. Into the back they run, a new leader. Elsu goes around Monsters, Light and Sound. So he had a couple of tough nuts to try to crack, but Elsu goes to the lead down the back. 2 clear of Light and Sound. Jackson Brown, followed the outside by Napoleon, Rare Return, and just behind them Raptorial. Back on the inside, Blair John made ground along the markers, and All-Star Blue Jean settled in the midfield. Going around is Howard Bromack. Rest Home 2 lengths away, Oscar Wilde 3 back, and at the back of them all is Miracle Man. And as they run down the side of the 1,600 metres, leader is Elsu by a length and a quarter. Light and Sound now gets a perfect trail. Howard Bromack comes forward on the outside, whips around 3 wide, lands up outside of Light and Sound. Jackson Brown's on its inner. Rare Return back on the inside, getting a soft run at the moment. In the centre is Napoleon, and Raptorial's on its back. Blair John on the inner. They were followed by All-Star Blue Jean, Rest Home, Oscar Wilde, and at the back is Miracle Man, giving the leader about a dozen lengths. 116.7 the lead. Down the straight they run. Elsu getting away with fairly comfortable quarters here. Going up to have a crack at him now is Tony Hurley. He takes Raptorial up on the outside of Light and Sound. Howard Bromack locks back to get the 1 set 32 32.6 the quarter. Howard Brad just in behind those runners. On the inside of Howard Bromack was Jackson Brown. It's being followed by Rear Return. Next on the outside, Napoleon, All-Star Blue Jean. Up on the inside of All-Star Blue Jean is Blair John, Rest Home, Oscar Wilde, and still Miracle Man sees the lot of them with 800 metres to go. Speed goes on a bit more. Second quarter about to tick over as they travel down the back, and 29.8. And leading the New Zealand Derby field is El Sue. Raptorial sitting the breeze, Light and Sound the trail. Howard Bromack on the outside of Jackson Brown. Next is Napoleon and Rare Return. They were followed over on the outside. All-Star Blue Jean about to go out and go forward, and Oscar Wilde has cranked out 4 wide. They were followed in behind those by Blair John and Rest Home, and out the back of the field is Miracle Man. Inside the last 300 metres, leader is El Sue. El Sue, Raptorial, Light and Sound will get the passing lane run. Over on the outside, Howard Bromack, Napoleon, All-Star Blue Jean wider out on the track, but El Sue kicks here. El Sue, Napoleon, Howard Bromack through the middle, and All-Star Blue Jean is wider. Raptorial is still there. Now Light and Sound having the last kick, but they go to the line, and El Sue wins the Derby. El Sue, a brilliant win. El Sue and David Butcher, Light and Sound, and third Howard Bromack in a photo with Raptorial and Napoleon, and not too far away All-Star Blue Jean, Rare Return, Jackson Brown, Rest Home, Blair John, and behind the Miracle Man and Oscar Wilde.
On the way to the boxes at Casino, El Sue won the Derby, 380-160 in front of Light and Sound and Howard Bromack, 1090 Quinella, 3540 Exacta, 158.50 was the trifecta of 2-1-13. And the favourite is Mont Denver Gold in front of Sly Flyin. Stars and Stripes has had good backing into 450, and then also Western Light at 880, and flipping over here to 16's Bruisem and 10 for Osaka Lass. And that rain still thunders down in Sydney. It's pretty heavy there. So I don't know whether we go to Addington for SCW Euro Drive for race 9, the final heat for the Pacers. Chock full of interest. Mont Denver Gold the favourite.
The last qualifying heat, they're getting down to the start. Look for the flashing green light. They're off and racing. Mont Denver Gold beaten out by Sly Flyin and going up quickly. Wider out on the track. Western Lights going to head off and spearhead towards the lead. They were followed a little wider out on the track. Annie's Boy being stoked up as well. Stars and Stripes the centre. Eastward Jaunty out wider on the track. Bruisem getting up against the markers. Alert motoring between them. Followed by Dreams to Reality. Oaxaca Lass going to the back early. We've got over on the outside of runners now as they travel down the side is Mr. DG, and Final Ridge is going to be the tail ender, stretching over about 15 lengths round the turn to the straight entrance. Annie's Boy now spurts around to lead them. So Annie's Boy is headed Sly Flyin down, trailing Mont Denver Gold is locked into 3 back along the markers. Over the outside, Eastward Jaunty is 3 wide. Over on the inside of it, Western Light. Pace has eased a little bit. The lead time was 24.1, and coming forward, Final Ridge making use of the slow quarter and goes up wider on the track. Stars and Stripes being nicely positioned by Ken Barron, not being rushed at this point. Bruisem back at the inside of Alert Motoring. Then Oaxaca Lass on the inside of Oaxaca Lass as they go into the back. Dreams to Reality, and still at the back is Mr. DG, 32.6 the quarter. So they're getting along at pretty slow quarters by comparison with the rest of the heats. And Annie's Boy's the leader by about a length out by just that distance. Final Ridge sitting the breeze the outside. 800 to go. In the trail, Sly Flyin, Eastward Jaunty's grabbed the 1-1. Mont Denver Gold 3 back the markers. Second quarter much quicker, 28.1. They were followed then on the outside of runners. Down the back goes Western Light, followed by Bruisem tucked away. Stars and Stripes will want to go forward soon. Then Dreams to Reality. After those runners, Alert Motoring back in the field with Mr. DG and Oaxaca Lass. Down the side they run, and Annie's Boy setting a strong pace round the southern turn the last time. From Final Ridge, Sly Flyin's getting a dream carry along in the trail. Then Mont Denver Gold travelling easily for Chris Alford. Then Eastward Jaunty going backwards, trying to get around the outside of them as they swing for home. Western Light, but they're in the straight the last 200, and it's Annie's Boy. Here comes Mont Denver Gold along the markers, and Sly Flyin in the middle of the track. Sly Flyin got to the front. Mont Denver Gold trying to nail it, but Sly Flyin too good tonight. Sly Flyin, Mont Denver Gold, and Bruisem's rushed through to be on the photos with Annie's Boy, Western Light, and Oaxaca Marker last dashing through along the markers late. Stars and Stripes was next. It was followed by Dreams to Reality. Eastward Jaunty beat that in, and then came Mr. DG, and out the back was Final Reg. Well,
He is a genius. Tony Herlihy, he's had 4 drives for this man, Bruce Negus. He's driven 3 winners for him, and he has worked the Oracle. He has got Sly flying almost certainly into the Inter-Dominion Grand Final. Burned off the gate, muscled his way to the lead, sat behind Annie's boy. Right here, Mont Denver Gold's got him. Mont Denver Gold had to win this race with that run, but he said no, and Sly Flying has said, I want to be in the Inter-Dominion Final. Don't count me out.
No, we won't. That was a good win. Mont Denver Gold, he'll probably be better suited over the longer journey in the final next week. You wouldn't write him off, but you'd want him to draw not the inside. He's going to get shuffled back. There's no doubt about that. You want him to be out flying around them. And it is a photo for third. We'll get that third number in a moment. Now Geelong, High Flying, Tony Herlihy the winner, $5, $1.70 over Mont Denver Gold and Bruisem, $5.30 Quinella, $16.50 Exacta, and $98.80 the trifecta of 2, 1 and 10. Rain falls down at Harold.
After dark.
Loco Foco left in the open. Is followed by Sunny's back on the inside. Lance in the outer. JBR 3 deep. The markers joined by Frugal Echo on the outside and Superstar a go-go. Tolliver Twist. Take a moment. Play on. Makes ground on the inside. Valley of the Moon 3 lengths away. And Gold now giving them 30 metres. They race down the back straight. The last of the qualifying heats with 1,800 metres left. And the Do's Invasion travelling well, has been running well throughout the contest. A length and a quarter clear. Loco Foco the outside. In the trail for Sunny's getting a nice run. Lance in the outside. JBR the inner. Superstar a go-go. The next one on the inside. 4 deep. Frugal Echo beside it. First to move. Take a moment. Here he comes. Round the outside. 3 wide. They were followed deep in the inner by Play On, Tolliver Twist and Valley of the Moon. And 5 lengths to Gold trying to catch on to the back of the bunch. Into the straight they run. 1,400 left. The lead time a quick 1:15.6, and Take a Moment cruises up on the outside for Anthony, but he still hasn't been put into overdrive. He's cruised around the outside and he's gone to the line with a lap to go by 2 lengths. In the trail at the moment, Adu's Invasion, Loco Foco, then on the inside to Sunny's, Lance in the outside, JBR 4 deep. How's the quarter? 31.7. They were followed the outer by Frugal Echo, JBR, Superstar a go-go, Tolliver Twist, Play On and Valley of the Moon, and right out of it now is Gold. Past 1,000 they've run. The Trotters into the back and Take a Moment. He's out by 2 lengths at the moment and travelling easily, head down, doing it on the steel, and he is pricked. Down to the 800 he runs, sitting parked as Loco Foco, Adu's Invasion getting a nice run. So too on the inside Sunny's, but 3 deep. Lanson's beside it. Second quarter 31.2. They were followed then by JBR, Frugal Echo, Valley of the Moon making a bit of a forward move, 3 wide. Behind them Superstar a go-go and Play On gambling on an inside run, hoping they'll all go away from the markers, and Superstar a go-go just on its outer. Tolliver Twist. They run out of the back and Take a Moment. Out by 1 length and a quarter. Loco Foco, Adu's Invasion, Lanson and Frugal Echo getting into a Tolliver Twist gallop. In behind them Sunny's, JBR, Play On, Valley of the Moon, Superstar a go-go round the bend and Take a Moment. He's out by 2. Can they catch him? He's clear. Coming after is Lanson. So too on the inside is Adu's Invasion, Sunny's and Frugal Echo down the outer. Take a Moment down to the line, and Anthony Butt is waiting for next week. He's out by a length, wins it easily from Adu's Invasion. Frugal Echo in a photo with Play On, and no, Frugal Echo's only finished 4. There was Sunny's that's in the photo with Play On.